So I was listening to a video by a content creator named Nero Knowledge. Honestly, like, I'm saying this publicly, you need to watch it. I think he's definitely changed the frame of how I may perceive the world, right? And he said something that I thought was like, ooh, that was so profound. He said that I don't care to be a good guy. I'm decent. I'm a decent guy. That's roughly what he said. And I thought of it at first. I thought it was a little jarring because I knew he wasn't talking about it from the aspect of how a lot of you guys think in terms of good guy in relation to women, right? Like being very abrasive and just not really caring about like their feelings and whatnot, and just doing whatever they want to do. That's how a lot of you that may even be watching this video may have thought of it. But I knew that he was more so talking about it in terms of like moral compass. And from there, I was like, okay, I understand what he's saying, because morals, something that people tend to really hold strong to, such a fickle term. Morals is such like a because it's all subject on one, a given society's rules, two, maybe someone's cultural background, three, someone's experiences, right? So if let's just extrapolate to this, if you're a Christian and someone else is an atheist, likely your moral compass is going to be different, right? So say sex before marriage. Well, if you're a devout Christian or Muslim, you would believe that that is the way of life that one should operate. But those that either loosely believe in Christianity or are not religious by any sentiment, they would say, I don't really care for that, or I don't really subscribe to that, right? And then, especially if you are religious, especially those that are in those proselytizing religions, and those that are trying, a lot of times advocate and may serve as missionaries to convert other people, many times from other nations, to subscribe and convert to their religion. They would think that if you don't believe in those things, then you are that is consequential to you being a good person. So, and the same thing could apply to politics, especially abortion or affirmative action, or like any given issue that someone may hold tightly to, right? Or even just the way that you operate. Like the way that you may speak could be a little bit, say, brash or abrasive, and some people could really get down with that, right? In terms of, okay, like he's a straight shooter, they would say. If they like you, they'll say, oh, he's a straight shooter. If they don't like you, they're gonna say you're mean, right? If you have a business and you promote it on your personal page, right, or you try to get in contact with a lot of different influencers, the people that like you are in that frame of reference that respect you, they're gonna be like, yo, this dude's a hard worker, I respect his grind. And those that don't like you, or especially if you're on the bottom, they're gonna be like, oh, this dude's needy, this dude he's doing too much, right? Or say if you're someone that's German, Germans tend to be very rule following, let's just say that, right? That's a synopsis of the culture that I've been told, right? So if you're someone that kind of operates outside the box or isn't really carrying a cultural norms, you're going to be outcast. Versus in America, right? Especially you go to somewhere like New York, you can kind of do whatever you want. I mean, within reason, right? So do you really care to be a good person? Because then now you're just operating in the frame of reference of, okay, I have to do what I have to do to not piss the people off around me, versus I am a decent person, as in, yes, I'm not going to be curb stomping babies or touching children or doing anything severely out of pocket or beating women or whatnot. But at the same time, you're still not caring of the opinion of others to where they're going to be controlling your thoughts and actions. And we do have to also recognize what time it is, though, right? Like, say if you are under your parents' roof, yeah, you're likely going to have to subject yourself to certain norms that outside of your house you're not going to subscribe to, but when you are in there, yeah, you're going to do that. And then there's going to be, say, around friends, certain things that you may feel more at liberty to say, but certain things you're probably going to take to the grave, right? Or at school, or in the workplace especially, right? Like there's code switching. You are going to operate in a certain manner as if you are going to operate in a certain manner as of someone that is assimilating under the corporate guidelines, right? Like you're not going to wear what you want, all right? If you probably may not be able to get away with certain hairstyles or certain acts of conduct, right? Like you can't speak in slang. You probably may not be best practice to be flirting with coworkers in the corporate setting. So you do, on one aspect, you have to recognize what time it is. On another aspect, you do need to realize that sometimes you are falling too deep into certain frames that you don't need to fall into.